Yeah, hey, Woodstock here again. Hope everyone's doing okay. Just working on a new cottonwood piece here. This cottonwood bark's from Nebraska. It's pretty sturdy. It's a lot harder than the normal cottonwood bark that I'm used to from the Midwest, like Illinois. And yeah, it carves quite well. And I got a couple chunks here I got to experiment with the next few projects, including another relief carving that I'm gonna work on from a piece of wood that Mathieu gave me from Netherlands. So that's gonna try to scoot that one in for the next project. But for now, I'm just working on this cottonwood piece that's a little bit kind of weathered and gnarled, and it's a little bit different because it's not as large. It's a little bit on the smaller side, but it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I'm using a old school Dremel 370 for this one, starting off with a saber-tooth spherical burr, which has seen better days, but it's still used quite a bit because it's still got some aggressive teeth still on it. So yeah, this is going to be a two-part series. This first video is just going to cover rough out and some minor details, and then the second video, which should follow shortly, will cover more detail-based aspects of the wood carving. So stay tuned for that second video, which should come out pretty soon, and shouldn't take long at all to get that one up following this video. So right now I'm just power carving a basic face, male shape style, with a slight smile on his face. And I chose the position of this more by chance, not being too cognizant or aware of the outcome. Yeah, once you get the basic shapes down on the face, you can go in afterwards and focus on details. It's like a layered approach. Yeah, I tend to work on the eye area first and then work my way down. Right here I'm working around the mouth area, trying to get it dialed in. Still kind of considered rough out phase right now, but yeah, it's going to be pretty cool when it gets done. Pretty simple piece. It's not going to be too extravagant. It's not going to be crazy or anything like that, or over the top. Yeah, I don't really apply too much pressure on this with the power tools. It doesn't really require it, which is kind of nice. It's like more or less effortless, and you can actually get a lot done in a rapid amount of time, comparably to other types of wood, as I've said before. Yeah, I also wanted to mention that the majority of the video is sped up 200%. As you probably call that twice the speed of normal video, so just for sake of time, kind of shorten the video length down by speeding it up. Yeah, this session, as you can see, I've been doing outdoors on the back porch of my buddy's house in Malin, Oregon. It's a nice day there. Beautiful clouds. Who couldn't ask for more? Yeah, so I'm currently juggling things around while I'm working at the farm, just doing some spring planting work for the potato farm here on the Cal Oregon border, right near the lava beds. Pretty interesting area. Yeah, the piece looks kind of in its rough out stage now, as you can see. Switching over to a smaller bit so we can define the parts of the face, like the eyes and the cheeks and mouth and etc. It's basically a freehand style. I'm not really using any photograph per se on this one. It's whatever comes out from the wood, you know, the shape of the wood, more or less, is what dictates the outcome, more or less. And also where you choose to start carving is going to dictate the final piece as well, how it looks. And I chose a difficult area where it was partially like a not uniform, where it's not a solid piece, so where the mouth is, it's kind of a deteriorating a little bit. So I was aware of that, and I just decided to just go for it and see what happens in the final phase. So far, so good, no issues. But if I punch too far onto the left side of the guy's face there, it might go all the way through. So I got to be kind of mindful of that. And like I said, it was a conscious choice doing this in that area, the piece of bark. I could have moved it up farther, but I chose not to, just for experimental sake. And yeah, here back with the Stylo Plus Dremel. It's pretty good for this kind of work. It's light duty work, as I've said over and over again before in the other videos, if you haven't seen them. Yeah, the versatility of this tool is very nice. It's very lightweight. You can move around very quickly. It's almost like drawing on a piece of wood. Yeah, I've seen many people use this tool for engraving on glass, metal, or types of wood and stuff. And it's popular in that respect. Yeah, I try to do like one carving a week, at least. Sometimes I try to do multiple pieces at the same time. And I've done that in the past. But for this series, I think I'm going to focus on one thing at a time. Yeah, for this project, I use the spherical carbide burrs that are the small ones. They're probably about 2 mil, 3 mil diameter, along with the saber tooth, which is a lot larger for the rough out phase. Yeah, the spherical burrs are nice because they don't leave hard edges when you're like sculpting or carving. And yeah, it's you go in later with a harder edged like bits and burrs to put definition in. But for the most part, the spherical burrs are for preliminary work. And yeah, I just wanted to mention also that this video is going to be a 2-part series. So this is part 1. And then we'll wrap it up on part 2 with a more advanced detail work. But yeah, I think it's going to be a nice little series here, instead of the 3-part ones seem to be dragged out a little more. But I'm actually combining the rough out phase with the semi-detail work in this first part here. So, and it's going to be roughly around 16, 17 minutes long. And in real time, it's probably about like an hour worth of work in real time. Yeah, I also want to get back in the bark sales too, but unfortunately now my supply is not as large as I'd like it to be. So I really need to build up a massive supply before I can actually start selling again, I think. And I'm going to have to scout back on Nebraska sometime when I'm passing through again. Maybe do a scouting trip up north to Montana or some areas up there. Maybe there's some stuff closer by to Oregon, but I'm not sure where it would be, but we'll find out sometime. But yeah, this carbide burr is a little on the aggressive side for this type of bark work, and it really doesn't require much effort to burn through some of this bark, you know. Yeah, sometimes it's recommended to wear a mask when you're carving with this stuff because of the dust is pretty nasty, it seems like. But so far, I'm not too affected by it. And on windy days, it could be a problem if you're doing it outdoors like the way I'm doing it here. But tend to work inside more. And you definitely need to have a mask when you're indoors because the stuff just like suspends itself in the air and it could just linger somewhat depending on the fine particles. Yeah, I'm hitting up the face again with some steel wool. It's a continual process when you're carving for me to constantly like smooth things out, assess the situation more or less. Yeah, again, I'm going to try to work on another relief here coming up pretty soon. I don't know what the subject matter is going to be, but it should be interesting enough. I got a few ideas as I may have mentioned previously, but I think it should turn out to be interesting. And I threw on a smaller burr here now. I'm just working on the smaller details now. And then this happens to be actually a diamond burr. So basically I got 4 different burrs that I used. The first one was the saber tooth, then 2 were carbide steel burrs, and then the 4th one is this diamond burr for smoothing things out and adding details at the same time. And it's not really that aggressive, but it does like take off a bit of wood though. So yeah, we're coming up on the end of this first part video. And we're gonna continue on with the second part hopefully here shortly. Within a day or so, I think I would get the next one up for covering the final details of the piece, because I want to put some teeth in this guy again too, like I did on one of my previous ones. Add some like nuances and details and such like that. But yeah, you have to excuse me, like the camera went out of focus here. Yeah, I think my hoodie got in the way there, kind of blocking out or confusing the camera focus point. Yeah, because I have it on autofocus. That's what's going on. But anyway, not missing too much here. It's going to be less than a minute or so, I think, of blurred out footage here. Yeah, hopefully this video proved beneficial for any of your carving needs, for tips and pointers. I try to do the best I can, but sometimes it's hard to visualize things from one perspective. You need a second pair of eyes usually. But anyway, if you guys have questions or comments, you can always leave them in the comment section. And I'll have equipment lists at the end of each video, so you see exactly what kind of tools I'm using, and also each video is chapter point, so you can scan through the video without any problems involved with shuttling through without the chapter points. So I think that comes in handy if you're focused on certain techniques or something like that, you know. And the chapter points will be marked in the description portion of the video, so that's where you can find the start and stop points. Yeah, I'm not sure what my next subject will be, if it's either female or male on the Cottonwood burr, but it's always up in the air, and then you always get inspired by maybe someone's face or something like that, and you want to like try to replicate it as close as you can in carving. So, but otherwise, it's just like a freestyle kind of channel, more or less. No rigid adhering to subject matter or anything like that. So, otherwise, I hope this video finds everyone well, and then we'll see you guys on the next one. Okay, take care. Okay, bye.